Good morning. My name is Patrick Malone. I am a professional speaker. I am a black belt, and I am an author. I wrote this book right here. You say, why do I care about those three things that you tell me? Well, I can tell you about other things. I'm a father. I do a lot of other things. But I'm telling you about those three for the fact that those are three goals that I set out for myself a bunch of years ago. There were mountains. I said, I'm going to go climb these mountains and see if I can reach them. Each of them were very difficult. Becoming a black belt is not for the faint of heart, especially when you're in your late 40s and you're training with a bunch of teenagers or guys and ladies in their 20s. First day I walked in the dojo. My son actually was doing karate. I walked in the first day. He says, Dad, you need to do this. My first night in there, I hadn't done any push-ups, sit-ups, I hadn't run. I was like guy sitting outside. I was the bump on the log. My first night, I couldn't do any push-ups. I did 5. Finally, I get done in like 50 minutes, and I look at the sensei, and he gives me the white belt. He goes, that's day 1. We'll see you tomorrow for day 2. I said, wait, we're done. He goes, nope, I'll see you tomorrow. A lot of days later, 5 years later, I'm on the mat, 22 hours into my black belt test. I'm laying on the floor. I had forgotten to drink Gatorade or anything for about an hour before, and I stopped sweating. I became the sponge, like when you sit in the sunshine. And I had 2 options. I could get up off the floor. Well, I got to get up off the floor no matter what. Either I get up on the floor and walk out the door and walk past my son, who was also training with me, 6'8", or I get up and I get some Gatorade and I finish. I got up, got some Gatorade, I finished, and that's how I continued to become a first degree black belt. Writing a book, you don't just write a book and just sit down and say, I'm writing a book, right? You all have goals in your lives. And I bet right now you all have a goal that's hitting your mind right now. Boom, you've all got a goal, right? What is that goal? You got it. You have an obstacle that you are going to have to overcome. Turn that obstacle into an opportunity. The opportunity you have to be able to do better today than you were yesterday, to better tomorrow than you were today. You take those opportunities and you say, I'm going to reach that mountain. I listened to who's kind of a friend. Her name is Allison Levine. She wrote the book On the Edge. She is one of the only handful of women who have actually climbed all 7 mountains on all 7 continents. You ask her, why did she do that? She said, the rock is there. I'm going to go get it. First time she did it was with a group of ladies. She was on the Ford Expedition, actual Ford Motor Company. They paid for her to be there. She was 300 feet from the top. You don't just walk up the mountain. You got to go here and you come back down. You got to go up, so it takes time. She got to 300 feet from the top, which is a little more than the length of like this building. Storms came and she couldn't finish. She had to go back down. In my book, she finished, she climbed the mountain. No, in her book, she had to go back. She went back a couple years later, she finished that 300 feet, she put her flag in that mountaintop, and she was able to say that I was on the top of Mount Everest. So when you have an opportunity to reach your goal, it may take time. Oh, we're in a tough economy right now. Interest rates are high, right? There's a high market, all kinds of bad things are going on, except for the fact that I've listened to people in there today who said they're having their best year ever, right? We had 2020, 2021, we had COVID. We figured out how to do things better, right? Every time you work and take an opportunity to better yourself, you take it, you overcome that obstacle, make it an opportunity, and you say, I can be there. You take the confidence and the mindset you have from doing something before, and you do it again and do it now. I don't know where I am on time, but I think I'm getting pretty close to my 5 minutes, so I'm going to leave you with this. The fact is that the end of my book is I say, never quit, never give up, because if you give up, you never know what you could have achieved. When I wrote this book, one of my buddies said, Patrick, why don't you go write a book? It's over COVID, nothing else to do. I said, that's great. I put the book together. I thought I was going to sell one. I've sold over 1,000 books because I took an opportunity to do something new and to get outside of my comfort zone. So try to get outside your comfort zone, do something new, and achieve your new goal. Put your flag down and say, I have reached my mountain. I am a champion. And the book's called Breaking the Champion Code. My name is Patrick Malone.